continue.
He's definitely made this a better fight.
According to CompuBox, Ramos landed with the 1-2, and there's another 1-2 from Ramos.
Video from the historic MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas.
To buy food for the family. So even we're too young to work, but we have to work.
One of them is a global icon, a fighter who rose from hunger and hardship in the streets of the Philippines to become a world champion in 8 weight classes. A senator, a symbol of a nation's fight, faith, and hope. The other, a quiet technician from Texas, calm under pressure, precise, patient, hungry, carrying the expectations of a generation desperate to escape the shadows of the legends who came before. On July 20th, the old lion meets the young contender. And make no mistake, this isn't just a fight. It's a passing of the torch, or a reminder that legends don't go quietly. This is Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. And tonight, we dive deep into the stories, stakes, and storm brewing inside the ring.
With that jab.
Down goes Marquez again with another left.
Oh, and another beautiful right hook.
Let's begin with the legend. Manny Pacquiao's story reads like a script written for the big screen. Born in 1978 in Cubao, Bukidnon, Philippines, he grew up in extreme poverty. Selling donuts and sleeping in cardboard boxes as a child, Pacquiao turned to boxing not for glory, but to survive. He turned professional at just 16 years old, weighing only 106 pounds. Fast, ferocious, and completely fearless. He began carving through the flyweight division like a buzzsaw. But it wasn't until the early 2000s that the world truly took notice. When he destroyed Marco Antonio Barrera in 2003, the world gasped. This was no fluke. Pacquiao was different. Wild angles, blistering hand speed, and a relentless engine that didn't slow down. Over the next decade, he would beat names like Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez, Oscar de la Hoya, Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton, and Antonio Margarito. And he wouldn't just win, he would dominate. 8 divisions. A feat no man had ever accomplished before. From flyweight to light middleweight, Pacquiao did it all with a smile and a Bible in his hand. But beyond the ring, he became a congressman, then a senator, then a voice for the voiceless in his country. Yet, like every great fighter, time caught up. After his controversial loss to Jeff Horn in 2017, many wrote him off. Then he came back, beat Lucas Mathis, beat Adrian Broner. And in 2019, at age 40, he defeated Keith Thurman, undefeated in his prime. That should have been the fairy tale ending. But Pacquiao doesn't write normal endings. He returned in 2021 to face Yadenis Ugas on short notice. And though he lost, there was no shame. At 42, he still showed flashes of brilliance. Now, at 45, he's coming back. Again. Why? Because for Manny Pacquiao, the fight isn't just about winning. It's about legacy. It's about proving that greatness doesn't fade, it just waits. Now enter the challenger, Mario Barrios. Born in San Antonio, Texas, Barrios represents a new breed of fighter, technical, well-conditioned, and battle-tested. He turned pro in 2013 at just 18 years old. Tall, rangy, and sharp with his jab, he quickly rose through the ranks. While Pacquiao was a firestorm in the ring, Barrios was more surgical. He studied his opponents, broke them down, took them apart, piece by piece. By 2019, he captured the WBA regular super lightweight title. But his big test came in 2021 against Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a rising superstar. In that fight, Barrios impressed the world. He didn't just show heart, he showed layers, timing, patience, and most of all, courage. Though he lost via TKO, he earned respect. And in boxing, respect can be more valuable than a win. Since then, he's bounced back strong, moving up in weight and continuing to sharpen his game. In 2023, he captured the WBC interim welterweight title, proving he belonged with the big boys. And now, he faces the biggest name of his career, a living legend. But for Barrios, this isn't a money fight. This is a mission, to step out of the shadows, to stop being the guy who fought Tank, and start being the guy who retired Pacquiao. Now let's talk strategy. Manny Pacquiao, even at 45, remains a southpaw tornado. He jumps in and out, fires punches in 6s and 7s. What makes him dangerous isn't just speed, but rhythm-breaking timing. He attacks at angles that are hard to train for. And even now, that left hand can still knock you out. But age doesn't lie. The footwork has slowed. The reflexes aren't what they used to be. He's not the 2009 version that dismantled Cotto. But he's still dangerous. Still explosive in bursts. And still smarter than most men in the ring. Mario Barrios, by contrast, is orthodox. Taller, longer, patient. His jab will be crucial.
Uppercut lands for Ramos. There's Barrios. Don't judge a book by its south of the equator.
If he can manage distance and avoid being lured into a firefight, he could frustrate Pacquiao. Barrios is not a brawler, he's a boxer-puncher. And he's shown discipline in the ring. Expect him to target the body early. Pacquiao's gas tank is still good, but age makes recovery slower. If Barrios can invest downstairs, he might drain the legend before the later rounds.
5, 6, 7, 8. Look at me. Come here. You all right?
But the question is, can Barrios handle the pressure? Because Pacquiao doesn't fight at your pace. He forces chaos. And chaos is where he thrives. This fight is about more than titles. There are no belts on the line. But what's at stake is legacy, identity, and immortality. For Manny Pacquiao, this could be the last roar of the lion. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the fame. But for warriors like him, the ring is home. And legends never leave home quietly. A win here would remind the world that greatness isn't bound by age. That while time takes speed and reflexes, it cannot touch heart, wisdom, or will. But a loss could mark the true end of an era. One last bow for a fighter who gave the world everything he had, and then some. For Mario Barrios, this is a career-defining moment. Beating Manny Pacquiao, even at 45, is no small feat, it's a catapult. A statement. The kind of win that turns a solid contender into a pay-per-view name. And if he loses, that depends how he loses. Because if he falters under pressure, if he fades late, questions will follow.
It's between a 30-year-old and a 46-year-old.
You know what, man? It's all up here and it's here. It's what you got. It's what you use.
But if he pushes the legend and makes it a war, even in defeat, he gains ground. This is Barrios' moment to either become a giant slayer or just another name on a legends list. The boxing world is buzzing. Some say Pacquiao should stay retired, that he has nothing left to prove, that he's risking his health. But others, especially in the Philippines, see this as a final chapter. One last dance. And for younger fans, this fight is symbolic. It's the clash between two generations. Old school heart versus new school polish. The come-forward warrior versus the scientific tactician. And in an era where YouTuber fights and celebrity exhibitions dominate headlines, this fight feels refreshingly real. No gimmicks, just grit. On July 20th, Manny Pacquiao will step into the ring again. Not for money, not for fame, but because fighters fight. Because legends don't just fade, they roar. And standing across from him will be Mario Barrios. Young, sharp, hungry, carrying dreams of his own. Two men, two stories, two eras colliding in the center of the ring. When the bell rings, the crowd will cheer. The cameras will roll. But for Pacquiao and Barrios, this won't be about noise. It'll be about legacy. Because in boxing, time eventually beats everyone. But on some nights, some very rare nights, the old lion still has teeth.